Students, welcome to Basic Electronics, which is the chapter number 16 from Metric Physics. Here in today's lecture, we are going to discuss some important topics as per the important questions from this chapter. So, here is the outline of these important questions. Question number 1 is explain the process of thermionic emission. Question number 2 is what is electron gun? Describe its construction and working. And question number 3 is describe the effect of electric and magnetic field on the beam of electrons. Question number 4 is what is cathode ray oscilloscope? Describe its working of its different parts and uses. It is the very important question of this chapter which have been asking in past papers. So first of all, we talk about the question number 1, which is about thermionic emission. Thermionic emission is the process of emitting electrons from the metal surface is called thermionic emission. The process of emitting electrons from the hot metal surface is called thermionic emission. As you know, metal has free electrons. When you heat up some metal, electrons will emit from the metal surface. As they have loosely bonded electrons with valence shells, when you provide some ionization energy in terms of heat energy, it will ionize the atoms of the metals and electron will escape out from the valence shell of the atoms. So here is a metal which is to be heated. Basically, this metal is the source of electrons. It has so many electrons, and when we heat up this metal by means of some electric heater, this heater heats up this metal, due to which electrons will emit from the surface of the metals, right? This process is known as thermionic emission. Electrons are emitted by hot surface of the metal due to this heating process. This heater is heated by some electric potential, which is voltage or some power supply. So another diagram here representing the thermionic emission is that heat is supplied to this metal and electrons are emitting from the surface of the metal. This process can be visualized in this diagram. When this filament is heated up, then electrons will emit from the surface of the filament in this way. So all about the thermionic emission is that the process of emitting electrons from the hot metal surface is called thermionic emission. This is all about thermionic emission. Now move towards the question number 2, which was about the electron gun. What is electron gun? Electron gun is basically a device or equipment that produce a beam of electrons is called electron gun. Electron gun is typically used in different electronic devices, just like CRO. CRO is a device which is used to measure the voltages, current, and heartbeat in hospitals and other waveforms. Electron microscope. Electron microscope is just because electron microscope is work on the electron beam. So electron beam can be obtained from electron gun. So electron gun is also used in electron microscope. Electron beam welding भी use होता है, and then it is also used in particle accelerators. Electron gun is also used in television and monitors. Nowadays we have LEDs, but in past we have television of old model and monitors, etc. The X-ray tube is also a device in which electron gun is abundantly used. So these are the applications of electron gun. So in order to understand the working of these devices, we have to understand the electron gun. So what is the construction of electron gun? What are the parts that are included in electron gun? Electron gun is basically a combination of 5 parts. Number 1 is electric heater, which is filament, which provides heat energy. Number 2 is cathode, which is cylindrical form of some metal, and it is the source of electron. And third one is electron grid, which is connected with the negative terminal of the battery, as you can see here. And this one is the anode, which is nothing but a positive terminal of the battery, positive plate which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. And this is another anode which is also connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So first of all, filament is heated. Filament is provided some supply system. It will heat, it will warm up, and it will heat the surface of this metal. When this metal is heated, electron will emit in various paths. But here is the grid control, which is connected with negatively charged. So if it is negatively charged, then it have negatively charged on it. These negative charges repel the electron towards the metallic surface again. But due to electrostatic repulsion between negatively charged electron and negatively charged plate. But some electrons are allowed to move toward through the center of this grid through a small hole in form of beam. So grid basically controls the flow of electron. It restricts the electron flow in a unidirectional through its center. When electron passes through the grid control, after passing, the anode, which is positively charged, attract the electrons towards itself with huge amount of force and acceleration. That is why this anode is known as pre-accelerating anode, right? So when electron beams pass through this anode, they are focused in a unit direction by this anode, and a specific path the electron beam is focused by using this anode. So this is the components of electron gun. The fifth one is magnetic lens. Magnetic lens is nothing but a magnetic field which is produced by some magnet of north pole and south pole. South pole, sorry. So magnetic field will produce from north pole to south pole. When electron beam passes through the electric field, it will deviate from its path due to electromagnetic induction, due to electromagnetic force, which is Lorentz force, which is determined by Fleming left hand rule, which is given here. So working of electron gun is filament heating. Number two is grid control, as I explained in previous slide. An anode accelerates the electron towards itself. Another anode focus the electron beams in a fine beam. And fifth one is magnetic lens, which is nothing but magnetic field. It will work as the lens. Basically, the work of lens is to bend something from its path. So magnetic field also bending the electron beam from its path. That is why it is known as magnetic lens. So this is the again setup of electron gun all about. So question number 3 is about cathode rays. What are the cathode rays? Cathode rays are nothing but the electron beams which are emitted from the surface of hot metal. So at that time electrons were not discovered. So these emitting rays were named cathode rays because they are emitted from surface of some cathode, which is basically source of electron. So cathode rays have some characteristics. When they pass through the electric field, they bend towards the positive plate. These are the cathode rays which are emitting from the cathode. When these cathode rays are passed through the electric field, they will deviate towards the positive plate, showing that they are negatively charged. This is the characteristic number 1. Characteristic number 2 is deflection by electric and magnetic field. Cathode rays are deflected by both electric and magnetic field. In electric field, they will bend towards the positive plate, and in magnetic field, they will move around a circle of specific radius. These cathode rays are passing through the magnetic field of this magnet, and in this region, they will bend from their path. Instead of moving in straight line, they will bend in a circular path. So these are the effects of electric field and magnetic field. Question number 4 about the cathode ray oscilloscope. Cathode ray oscilloscope is a device which is abundantly used in many fields like in hospitals, in physics lab, in other companies to measure the voltages, current and waveforms. In hospitals we use a cathode ray oscilloscope to visualize the signals of heartbeat just like ECG. We can see the heartbeat of a patient in form of this cardiograph. So old model of TV was arranged by old model old model of TV works uh, due to the installation of a cathode ray oscilloscope. And here is the cathode ray tube basically, which is used in old model of TV. It is the inside internal structure of the TV. This tube is known as cathode ray tube. It produces electron beam. Electron beam will strike the screen at different position. Due to the deflection of these beams from electric field and magnetic field, it will strike through the whole screen. So these are the some uses of cathode rays oscilloscope. Basically, cathode ray oscilloscope is a device which is used to display a waveform just like this waveform, measuring the voltage. The vertical axis gives the strength of voltage and horizontal axis gives the time. With respect to time, how much voltage has been increased or decreased, how much frequency has been increased or decreased, how much current has been increased or decreased with respect to time. Horizontal axis gives the time, vertical axis gives the quantity. Quantity may be voltage, frequency and waveforms. For these purposes, cathode rays are abundantly used. So, what is the components of cathode ray? What are the parts of the cathode ray tube? Cathode ray tube consists of four parts. Number one is electron gun. As you have studied, as we have studied the electron gun in previous slides, this part is electron gun, and this part is deflecting system. Here we have two regions of electric field and magnetic field. Electric field bends the electron beam in horizontal direction on the screen. It will bend just like this, but magnetic field deviates the electron beam in vertical direction. In this way, when electron beam strikes the screen of the TV, it will produce shining on whole screen. Then we can see the picture of the audio signal of the which are broadcast by some television companies. So there are four parts: electron gun, deflecting system, which is comprised of two regions of electric field and magnetic field. Fourth one is screen, and third one is screen. Fourth one is time-based generator, which is control the horizontal sweep. If you want to control the sweeping of electron beam on the screen, you can control it by using time-based generator. Working of cathode ray. Working of cathode ray is explained as electron beam generation by electron gun. Number two, deflecting plates. You can use electric field and magnetic field to deflect the electron from its path in order to strike it from on the surface of the different points on the surface of the screen. And number three is phosphorescent screen display waveform. Since phosphorescent screen is a specific type of screen, when electron strikes on this screen, it will produce shining, and that will enable us to visualize the signal. Number four is time-based generator, which controls the horizontal sweep. Applications of CROs are voltage measurement, current measurement, frequency measurement, and waveform analysis, signal processes, etc. So this is all about the questions which are abundantly asked about the electronics. So here is the end of the today's lecture. Thank you so much.